All right. So, why did you choose the Elizabethan era? It's a bit of a tongue twister, actually, as well. Why did you choose the Elizabethan era as a topic of interest for our listeners today?
Well, because we've done all the other ones, haven't we?
No,
I've
been listening to an audio book by Mitchell. What's his name? Mitchell and Webb. David Mitchell.
David Mitchell.
And he's got about 20 chapters of each different kings and queens. There's been a lot of them, but we've skipped about 15.
Of course, I joke.
Yes.
The real reason I chose the Elizabethan era is because it's, like you said in your wonderful introduction, it's a golden age of English history. Probably, maybe the most important era of English history. It's the era where we see England rise from a strong power in Europe, a developing power, into basically the preeminent power in Europe. It's the era that we see England finally take on all the best aspects of the Renaissance, develop its own culture and its own art and music and theatre. It's the era that we see the British economy explode. It's also the era that we see England do some other things like colonisation. They begin their process of colonisation, which led to them owning over a quarter of the Earth's surface.
Greedy. Very greedy.
Greedy.
That's a lot there. Is there any that you would particularly like to experience if you were able to jump in a time machine?
Well, yeah, I was thinking about this. I think that if I was to go back and experience one thing, then I would have to go to the Globe Theatre and throw tomatoes at the actors with a Shakespearean play going on. That would be, the wealthy were in the upper seats, but I would like to be in the pits with the lower classes.
With your mates.
Yeah, launching tomatoes.
So they were able to lob tomatoes up at the rich people?
No, at the actors on stage.
At the actors.
Yeah.
They were actually allowed to?
Yeah.
Or it was like throwing a bottle in a festival?
Look, I don't know the exact intricate nature of it, but I think it was like they definitely threw fruit and tomatoes and things like that. And I think it's when a villain came out and they were into it and they hated the villain, they'd throw fruit at the villain.
I suppose, like, in comparison to stoning Sundays, it's quite comfortable to experience a bit of fruit flying.
Yeah, that's right. So if we push the pendulum a bit further over, this seems like nothing.
Yeah.
Modern day,
it's a tomato.
Yeah, in the modern day, it would be, oh my God, that you just hit me with a tomato. But back then, it's a tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato.
It was just like tutting behind somebody in a queue.
I wouldn't have liked to play the villain, that's for sure.
No. Oh, yeah, that'd be terrible. Okay, so let's see. The making of a queen. Should we start with Elizabeth's rise to power and how she ended up on the throne?
Yeah, sure. So basically, let's start with King Henry VIII. We have a podcast on that too, if you want to have a listen to it. Nice little sellback.
Bloody good one.
Yeah, there you go. See what I'm doing there? So King Henry VIII, Elizabeth was basically the daughter of Henry VIII and his second wife, Anne Boleyn. As we know...
I would say Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn. Yes.
Yeah.
And as we know, Henry had 6 wives. He had children with several of them. So basically, after Henry died, Edward came to the throne.
Right.
He was a 9-year-old and he died at 15.
I shouldn't laugh. That's awkward. Sorry, Edward.
And after he died, then basically the two nearest to the throne were Mary and Elizabeth. They were half-sisters, also born to Henry. So when Edward died, the throne went to Mary, and Elizabeth was born to Anne Boleyn, and Mary was born to Catherine of Aragon.
The Spanish lady.
The Spanish queen, yes. And basically, Mary idolized her mother and believed it was her duty to follow her faith. And Catherine of Aragon, being a Spaniard, was, of course, a Catholic. So Mary was a staunch Catholic. And
I love that word.
Staunch. Yeah, that's a good one.
Staunch Catholic. What could you use that? Could you use that with light-hearted things? Who's a staunch football hooligan?
Yeah. Okay. And sometimes in Australia, if somebody is standing over someone and taking their money, we just say they're staunching them.
Oh.
That's a bit of Aussie slang there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you might say that bloke's a bit staunch. That means he's a bit of a good bloke who might beat you up and take your money.
Oh, right. That is very colloquial.
Yeah.
Okay. So staunch Catholic, going back to the fact.
Yeah. So to give you a brief, so basically Mary came to the throne.
Yeah.
She was the older of the half-sisters. Then Mary was a Catholic. And then when Mary died several years later they believe it was cancer, then Elizabeth came to the throne. This next part is very important in terms of Elizabeth's reign.
Yeah.
This is a religious aspect. So because Mary was a staunch Catholic, she turned England back to Catholicism. Now, you might not know that King Henry VIII was the first king who actually separated England from the Catholic Church and created the Church of England.
They would if they listened to our podcast about it.
Yes, and they can do that. And so King Henry created the Church of England. Mary, and then Edward continued it. And then Mary, when she came to the throne, she reverted England back to Catholicism. And she's known as Bloody Mary for all of the burning of Protestants at the stake.
Nasty. So she was like, okay, you've been Protestant. I'm going to change the rules. And if you're not instantly on my side, I'm going to burn you.
Yeah, she burnt over 300.
Oh, I'm disappointed by that number. I can't believe that.
Can I be honest? I was largely disappointed by it too.
Obviously, for the wrong reason. No, for the right reasons. I'm disappointed by it. But I'm surprised, shall we say, that it was only 300.
So was I. I was thinking 10,000, something
but
like
I suppose the terror that brings to the people is like, oh my God, okay, I better give up my Protestant belief.
Well, she became known as Bloody Mary. So I guess the spectacle of it was pretty fearsome to see someone being burned alive. I mean, most people got hanged, Elizabeth would hang people, but burning alive was set aside for the worst of the worst. I mean, that was a public display, barbaric,
God.
So she got that nickname.
Yeah. I know we've had some ups and downs recently, but I'm so happy to be alive now.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine being alive just before the Renaissance? In the Dark Ages, you died just before the Renaissance set in.
And the Renaissance brought a lot of medicine, or not really?
No, just a lot of cultural ideas and freedom of expression and education.
Okay.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah, we will.